Hello, my name is Sean Taylor, and today I will be talking about biomimicry. My objectives for today are 1. To inform you all about what biomimicry is, 2. To explain how biomimicry works and the impact it has on the world, and 3. To show and explain various examples of biomimicry in our world. What is biomimicry? Biomimicry at its basic form is an approach to innovation that seeks sustainable solution to human challenges by using nature's long-lived patterns and strategies. The main idea is that nature has been around much longer than any human on this planet, so they have had much more time to solve the problems that we are currently facing. How does biomimicry work? Well, most people see nature as a catalog of products to be physically used, but biomimicry sees nature as a catalog of ideas, patterns, and processes to be used in everyday life. So the idea is if you have a problem you need fixed, look to nature. Find something in nature that has already solved your problem and use that solution. I believe the most important idea about biomimicry is that there are no undesirable outcomes directly associated with it. Sure, we are still using materials from the environment to build a lot of the ideas, but that is not directly associated. Biomimicry has the potential to and already has impacted the world tremendously. The desirable outcomes are all the examples we have used and benefited from, and I will be explaining a few. The idea behind a termite mound is that how it is constructed gives it the ability to stay cool in the hot seasons and stay warm in the cold seasons. This idea is being used to create office buildings in different parts of the world, one being Zimbabwe. They designed and constructed an office building similar to that of the tunnels and cooling chimneys in the termite dens. The idea reduced their energy consumption by 90%. Kingfisher birds have a long aerodynamic beak. They need this beak because their food source is underwater, and this beak allows them to hunt without making a splash. Japanese engineers applied this technique to their trains to make them go faster, but reducing the loud noise tremendously. This technology actually went 10% faster and consumed 15% less electricity. Whales are massive but can swim very fast because of their efficient fins and tail. The reason for this is because of the bumps in their fins and tail, which increases their efficiency. This is being used to create more efficient wind turbine blades, cooling fans, airplane wings, and even propellers. This is all being done by only adding these bumps to each of these technologies. Armadillos have a hide that is extremely strong, but yet it is still so flexible. This provides for great protection but lets them remain nimble. A backpack from the company Stylus was constructed based off of the same principle. The backpack is made of recycled rubber that are in joining sections around a central axis. This makes them extremely durable yet very adaptable. Burrs are little spherical balls that are very spiky. Each spike has a hook at the end that grapples onto the object. What came out of this was the widely known idea of Velcro. The man that invented Velcro actually came upon the idea because he noticed how the burrs stuck to his dog, so he decided to take a closer look and he realized how beneficial this idea could be. A cephalopod's skin allows them to change and adapt their skin color to whatever is desired. This is so beneficial to them so that they can hide from their predators. Researchers at the University of Houston have created a prototype device that can detect its surroundings and match that object's look. In time, this idea will be integrated into military personnel's uniforms to assist them in the battlefield and make them more stealthy. A mosquito's proboscis or needle is very thin and hits skin at fewer points than a normal needle. This translates into a lot less pain. This concept is being mimicked to create better needles in the world for giving shots and taking blood from patients. This could be a huge innovation if done correctly because there are so many people in the world that are very sensitive to pain. The stenocarpet beetle is great at collecting water in their harsh desert environment. They are great at collecting water because of these collection points on their back that collect water from rain and fog. This idea is being put into use to create a material that can collect water from the air more efficiently. This would be huge considering 22 countries around the world use nets to collect water from the air, so this efficiency boost could have a huge impact. Shark skin has dermal denticles which provide various different benefits. The first being that bacteria growth is resisted by these denticles. The second is that these denticles disrupt the formation of eddies or make water pass by faster. They applied the idea in swimsuits and actually banned it in the Olympics because of how well it worked. The denticles are also currently trying to be implemented on hospital surfaces to resist bacteria growth. Spiders protect their insect nets with a special silk rope that reflects ultraviolet rays. This silk rope is very helpful to birds because they can see the web's ultraviolet rays and avoid the web. One big problem we have in the world is birds dying from flying into windows. German engineers solved this problem by designing glass windows that have a glazed-on web-like pattern of ultraviolet rays that will save the birds from injury and death. There is a problem in the world with vaccines. The problem is that many vaccines have been lost during breaks in refrigeration during transport. Nova Laboratories came up with a solution to this problem by mimicking tardigrades, which is a cousin to arthropods. They can dry out for up to 120 years. Nova Labs developed the idea of candy-coated vaccines. The coating keeps the vaccines effective for 6 months in temperatures as high as 113 degrees. Wind turbines are very important to the world of sustainable energy. The problem is they are unsightly and take up a lot of space. John DeBerry came up with the idea of mimicking the vortices that schools of fish create. With this idea, wind turbines will take up much less room because they will mostly just be vertical and will be much more efficient.